Ford GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off, or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Chuck is deathly afraid of his identity being stolen.
I am. I'm to the age now where I watch Dateline NBC and it's like, I'm never using my debit card again. I do. I worry about it because I'm stupid.
Bundles of
because
cash.
I'm stupid. I'm
He
stupid.
calls American Airlines and he goes, how do I pay cash?
That's exactly right. I got this
You
mayonnaise
are not
jar
getting my
full of money.
information. Those cookies are all over me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I don't know if you guys noticed last night, but what really can only be described as a basketball miracle occurred in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Nate Oates, the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, sporting one of the brightest, bluest sports jackets I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was blue.
I thought Cal had gone to coach Alabama.
Well, let me tell you, it was a blue jacket. And somehow, some way, in the face of all that adversity, the Alabama players were able to overcome that and win by 16 over Vanderbilt. It was nothing short of miraculous. And now, look, you guys know that above all other things, I'm an internet sleuth. So,
Can you explain the meaning of sleuth?
Well,
yeah, for those of us who didn't read Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys.
I took a deep dive to, go a little further on this. Seriously, I looked up Buffalo, where he coached before.
Blue.
The blue that he wore last night was an almost identical shade. I mean, this is like royal blue on steroids. And it's almost an identical shade to Buffalo. And I'm thinking, I wonder if, like on Jock's Radio in Birmingham this morning, the Alabama people are going, I can't believe the guy wore a blue sports jacket.
Well,
it was almost identical.
I can assure you they are.
Except for one thing. Alabama's loaded. Arkansas's not right now. That's the difference. When you got a loaded roster and you're winning big,
Arkansas
you
is
can wear whatever
even
you want.
less loaded today.
Ooh, boy,
They're probably thinking about getting loaded.
I know. I guess we got to go there.
As I considered yesterday.
Yeah, you had a tough
the top
day.
Three worst travel
by
day.
the way, we're glad you're back.
Well, I can
glad
tell.
you're back.
I can tell.
And away at the college football national championship game, and then
I felt
The
the hero's
Deep
welcome,
South.
I promise you. When
The
I got
Deep
here.
South hit by.
Freaking headphones are gone.
Yeah, they are. Everything is taken.
There's nothing. Like, it's like
All
you
your
guys
papers
moved
were messed
on.
up. Well, we did.
You guys just moved on.
It's as though you were never here.
It was like
And,
a bad relationship.
well, I mean, you know.
just tell me how you feel. You don't have to be so passive aggressive about it.
Well, if you expected your things to be picked up for you when you got back, I'm sure you were a little disappointed.
It was
because we left it in the same mess that you
It
left
was
it
the
in when you
mess.
skipped town.
It was the mess I left, and the essentials were also missing.
Well, I didn't
so
have
it was like
I didn't have
here's your
anything to do with
mess.
that. That's your boy over here.
It's here's your mess, but we've taken your phone charger and your pillow, whatever else you actually need, your headphones. It's like when your room, your kid leaves their room a mess. You just leave the mess, and then you go get the TV, you take it out of the room, you get the iPad, you get the phone, hide it.
Just
so they clean their room.
Just so we all understand each other. Bo had a 7:00 flight out of Atlanta yesterday. Not a connecting flight to XNA, just a direct, simple flight, hour and 20 minutes, 6, 7 of them every day, no problem.
It's the hub of Delta Airlines.
What time did you roll in last
8
night?
o'clock.
Wow.
It was a 14-hour travel back.
So you had and you were doing this on about 3 hours sleep after the ball game?
About 2.5.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
That is.
That's
always fun.
I was not feeling it yesterday.
There's nothing worse.
I had an epiphany yesterday.
What was that?
In one of the many self-talks that I'm going nowhere without me, because I wanted to have an out-of-body experience and leave me, but there was no getting away from. There was nothing I could do. Here I wasn't leaving without me, and whatever was going to happen, I was going to have to get me and myself out of there.
Right.
And there's not when you can't do anything about it.
Acceptance.
Then, I won't bore you with the whole story.
Oh, please do.
But I will
Come
just
on.
tell you that I've never walked into an airport, certainly the size of the one in Atlanta. Entered the airport, you go in at baggage claim. Many of you have been there. You've exited baggage claim, whatever. It's massive baggage claim. And immediately you walk into the airport and you realize this is not good because there's a line snaking all throughout the 12 baggage claims at Atlanta.
Snaking.
The
Good
Hartsfield International Airport. Do you know how they
World's
just kind of
busiest
create
airport.
lines and
Yeah.
they snake through to you realize they're doing that so people aren't just standing still? And that was the line to get to security. And nobody knew what was going on. And so you didn't know if you were in the right line, you're in the TSA pre-check, if you got a bag that's already checked, but you got to drop it off. You don't know what's going, and nobody's answering because the crowd is like a stadium leaving a game. And you're trying to talk to one of the ushers in the middle of the crowd, and they're trying to direct people. There's no conversation. There's nothing happening. And, me being me, I just do what, I feel is right. But there's nowhere to go. I can't get through people. We got bags. And so anyhow, I missed an hour and a half later in security. I've never gotten to the airport and been in security an hour and a half and missed a flight. Now, I haven't missed a flight from an originating spot since I was 19 years old. Because when you miss one flight, you never want to do it again. That's the worst thing ever. And then
you probably overslept then.
And all that.
You're 19.
Right. Well,
you're just irresponsible.
You get there however early right. I've tried to tell Ty that's not okay.
Then.
I try to tell my son Ty that's not okay.
Yeah,
at 19, it's time to be responsible. He's 18, so he's got about a year to figure it out.
I got you.
And I the day was awful. Okay, let's just call it what it was. However, I finally got on standby at 2:00, and I've never been so happy to be in 14B. And it's just the plane's packed. And I sit down in the plane, and I look in front of me, and it's Brandon Marcello.
Wow.
Brandon had
fresh off an appearance.
Brandon had come on. He got up early and come on this show yesterday, and he's side-eyeing me, wondering if I wasn't on an earlier flight, why I wasn't on my own show.
There you go, right there.
And so you
had that discussion.
You
have that talk.
2 rows ahead of him is the legendary Kevin Trainor having a Diet Coke in the exit row.
Of course he is.
Paint the picture.
Yeah.
And so for the next 3 hours, we all sat there on the tarmac.
Wow.
And they needed to de-ice the plane. By the way, Boogie Fland's out for the year. We'll get to that. This is the definition of burying the lead. Yeah. And so for 3 hours, we sit on this plane, and they can't turn on the air. So it's like turning on the defrost in your car on max, and then the car heats up, and so you turn it down. But for 3 hours, they couldn't. So people are just shedding clothes. It's, 7 degrees out, and they're just shedding clothes because we're all sweating on this plane while, ironically, they're de-icing it. Finally, the plane begins to move, and we get some communication from the flight attendant. Finally, we had no communication. This is like an hour and a half in. We have been de-icing, but apparently they did it wrong, and we're going to have to get back in line. They're not really good at de-icing here in Atlanta. That was the announcement.
Oh, that makes you feel great.
Yeah.
about the flight.
Yeah. I had two choices at that point because they didn't have any. They obviously weren't serving alcohol at that point. So I had two choices.
I would have bribed the flight attendant.
Yeah. Well, I tried that. Not really. I had two choices. I can sit here and I can be mad, or I can get to work. So I got a lot done.
I thought you were going to say, so I got mad.
Got a lot done. I think you three are the only ones I didn't rip in an email. I don't think I have any friends left today. I took all my anger out on everything that hasn't gone well at work lately.
Oh, yeah. Hey, 4 weeks ago you said this. Well, let me tell you what I think.
Right.
I got 2 hours to kill.
Yeah. I actually have the time to put the thought into it now.
Well, we're glad you made it back.
I can tell.
It sounds like a harrowing game.
Yeah, I can tell.
Harrowing game.
I can tell you guys are all
we are
excited. It was great. The event at the airport, besides seeing Brandon Marcello and the great Kevin Trainer, I walk up to the gate on one of the standbys I didn't get on, and there's Jeff Long. Arkansas, former athletic director, Jeff Long. He comes over and he starts talking, and then to my right, Hunter Yurachek, current Arkansas athletic director.
Let's get a picture.
Get
a selfie.
We had a nice chat. We all huddled, had a nice chat.
Did you solve all the world's problems?
Jeff was considering giving up his seat for $600 that they offered at Delta.
Hey, times are hard, man.
I said, Jeff, I'll give you $600 right now. Do you need $600? He's like, no, but I'm retired, and I can take $600 and I can sit here. I mean,
that's the most retired man thing I've ever heard in my life.
From the amount of things that happened in the hours after the game, starting with the girl running the golf cart into the stadium tunnel wall.
That really set the tone
with Ryan Day on it, right in front of me. To the nothing went well yesterday. Like whatever, the internet didn't work on the flight, all that stuff. Like whatever it was, these are, I know, first world problems, but. Anyhow, where were we? Boogie Fland's out for the year. That's
the word. John Rothstein reported that last night. I don't have any reason to believe it's false.
Quite. In fact, quite the opposite.
So, I mean, Cal pretty much said everything but that. If you listened and read between the lines on his radio show Monday night. You can say doubtful on Monday, but there's a point where you do have to release the injury report through the SEC, and just as we've discovered in football season. I mean, that's where you really find out. They can say whatever they want, but when that report comes out, it's got to be factual. So at that point, he was out officially for this game, and it was what? 2-3 hours, maybe, something like that, before Rothstein's report came out. And
you want to hear Cal again on Monday, or did you guys play that enough
we played
yesterday?
It. Well, we played it again right now.
Okay.
Boogie being out, if that's the case, we're a different team. Now, does that make us better or worse? We're going to see, but we know this. We're going to be a different team. And that's if he's out. Right now, I would say that's he's doubtful at best.
Before we even get into what this all means, I know what the narrative is already, and I know what it's going to become. That this is Nick Smith Part 2. And that is...
You mean fans' narrative?
Fans'
or
narrative's going to be, people's narrative's going to be, he's just shutting it down. That's not accurate. I can tell you, Boogie, Boogie played through a lot of pain on Saturday in Missouri. And if they were going to shut this thing down, if his people, so to speak, were going to shut him down, it would have happened after the Florida game. He would not have played in the Missouri game. And I can tell you absolutely 100% that he insisted that he was going to play in that Missouri game. And there was never any doubt in his mind that he was going to play in that game. But obviously, as the game wore on, if you were watching the game, watching the way he favored it, and then, at the end of the ball game, he tucked his hand, tucked his right hand so he wouldn't have to have any contact in the handshake line. So this is not one of those cases of a player being shut down because he's got a nagging injury and there's a first-round draft selection hanging out there 2 or 3 months down the road. They are going to have to adjust in a major, major way. The only thing I'll say about it's this, and as I kind of alluded to yesterday, there's no way you can say with a straight face they're better without Boogie Fland. I mean, you can't say that. But I've thought more than once that players that are 4, 5, 6 years older should not be looking to an 18-year-old to win the game for them. I do believe that. I'm not saying he's not a great player. I'm not saying he's not even capable of doing it.
Well,
I'm just saying
it's kind of like this show. You take me out. The show's pretty good when I'm here. You take me out.
Well, we struggled yesterday.
And Chuck gets the ball, and then it's like I'm not sure if we want Bo back.
No, not like that. I'm just saying.
Well, I think it's a great parallel.
Well, if Nelly Davis,
Bart's smiling.
If Nelly Davis comes out and hits a bunch of 3-pointers and DJ does great and they win, and all that.
I was thinking this. I didn't know that you felt that way. I was thinking the same thing. Sometimes, and you can call this just a rainbow optimism thought, but unicorns and rainbows and if and buts and candies and nuts. But listen, when you have one guy that has the ball and things aren't going well, and that guy knows he can score and he can play, sometimes that does keep it from becoming more, not intentionally, but it just keeps it from becoming more of a team and chemistry fit. And it'll be interesting to see if now guys are forced to just play, sometimes things like this can bring a team together. I think that's one way of looking at it.
Well, that's true. There's also the reality that you've got to score. You got to score to win basketball games. And you're losing 15, 16 points a ball game, and you're losing almost 6 assists a ball game. So you're losing a real part of what you do.
But you have guys that have done that in the past that haven't been doing it.
Well, you have guys who have scored at that level. I don't know that you have guys who have distributed quite like that.
Well, DJ doesn't have the same numbers that Boogie had when he was a freshman, but he seems capable of that.
Boogie has a command of the floor that others, generally speaking, don't have, and I think that's why the older guys have looked to him. I do think there are players that are capable of doing all the things that Boogie did, but you're down a really good player. And, you go from, you're down to what, 8, 7? I mean, and that's if nothing happens to anybody else. So,
I'm confused, though. Are you telling me to feel good or bad about it?
I'm not saying,
because I need to know one way or the other. I can't just be in the middle here.
Bo, you don't feel good about losing Boogie Fland.
No, but it's not that. That's a different topic. The topic is, what are they going to be like without him? They've already lost him.
Well, they're going to be a much different team. You're 0-5. You're not going to be any worse. I'm not sure what you're asking.
No,
to be honest
my
with you.
point is that you've already lost them. So does this give the team a chance to come back to they haven't played together, and it's not a negative on Boogie at all. That's not even it's over. He's not here now. So will they?
Are you asking me if Arkansas is going to be better without Boogie Fland? No.
That's an interesting question.
No.
Could they have a better record, though?
If they win one conference game, they'll have a better record.
That's what I'm saying. So if they win one of their next 6.
Well, but I don't think if they go 1-12 the rest of the way in conference, you can say, well, they were better without Boogie Fland.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep. 877-377-6963. Chuck and Bo Show if you want to get in here. Good morning.
when they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off
I know.
air. It's something to
I'm
be
aware
of.
of that.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year's sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year's sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Like me.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howe in Van Buren.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You were still on the air when I went to sleep last night.
Yeah. Was that the last voice you heard?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, an old couple arguing at the breakfast table.
What are you talking about?
We're trying to say the same thing, and we think we're arguing.
No, we're not arguing. You know, it is going to be interesting to see what happens with this team. Lots of times teams do rally when you have something like this, and maybe that'll help them. Maybe it'll help them this week. Sometimes reality sets in long term when you lose a player, And you got to deal with that down the road too. But there are going to be players, as Cal said, there's 15, 17 shots out there, and somebody's going to have to take them. And you need to make a few.
Yeah. Jamie said, I've seen in the past that you lose maybe your top player and it ignites the team. I mean, that can happen where you rally around. I'm saying anytime you lose a really good player, certainly the production he has, I mean, your roster is not better off. However, we've been puzzled at times, at least I have, I think you have too, by just the talent on this team and the lack of connectivity or, the ball movement or playing together. And I wonder, because Boogie's been so good, like if you had to pick one guy that can go get his own shot, he's the best guy. And so sometimes, and I think this is what you were kind of alluding to in the first segment, sometimes do the other guys defer to that?
They do.
And if you don't have that, then do you move the ball a little better because you have, out of
you hope
sort
so.
of forces.
You certainly hope so.
It'd just be interesting to see if this brings a little more connectivity. And again, when you say that, it sounds like you're saying Boogie was keeping that from happening. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's just a byproduct of what he could do. And literally, it's like the default mode on your computer or your printer or whatever.
You got to be able to get the ball down into the low post. And that's one of the things that I think Arkansas, this is just my opinion. I'm no basketball coach. But you do have to be able to get the ball down into the low post and do some things, either score, get an assist, kick out, inside out, whatever you want to call it. I think it's hurt Boogie. I think it's hurt some of the other guys. That's one of the things that I think will happen as a result of this, as a result of Boogie not being out there. I don't know. I mean, it's only natural in a situation like this to, wonder, will this rally the troops, so to speak? But I think that, when you're 0-5 in the league, I kind of think this narrative that, at any moment the switch is going to flip and everything's going to change and they're going to be exactly the team we thought they're going to be. I'm not sure that's accurate thinking at this point. I think that there's a storm to weather right now, and losing Boogie is a big deal. But I do hope that other guys can and will step up, because there are guys that are capable of doing that. But here's the most important thing in my mind, whether Boogie's out there or not, you got to find a way to win a game. I mean, you've got to find a way to win a game. There's a power in sometimes just one win. And if they're going to get a boost, if there's going to be a rally the troops kind of game, maybe it'll be tonight. Because they sure could use a win. The world will look a lot different when they get one.
877-377-6963 if you want to text or call in. I was at the national championship game, around in Atlanta for a couple, I don't know, it feels like 2 years at this point. A lot of people ask me about Cal. A lot of people ask me about the Razorbacks. Like, hey, what's going on? But the prevailing question, Chuck, which was interesting, is, hey, how's Cal doing? How's he holding up? Not that seems like a real dumpster fire. And I think people understand that have been around covering sports for a long time. These kind of things can happen. While we're all surprised, these kinds of things can happen. And then when I had the travel day that I had yesterday, when nothing seems to be going right, I started thinking about Cal, like from a human perspective. I say this sometimes because I think we forget the human perspective at times. Since he's taken the job and since this thing started, it's like, has anything gone right for him? And we all can relate to that, can we not? Well, and now his best player's hurt.
Well,
and probably out for the year.
When it rains, it pours.
It just nothing's really gone right. But again, and I know Arkansas fans can't stand to hear like wait until next year. But this is not a 1 year thing. I'm talking about like this. Did it work with Cal? Was never a 1 year experiment, was it? Was it like, oh, we're going to go hire this Hall of Fame coach. We're going to invest money in an NIL roster, and at the end of the year, we'll all decide whether this entire thing worked or not. It's a longer experiment or process than that, or however you want to refer to this era.
Well, the truth of the matter is there are a lot of things that are going to keep Cal and Arkansas together. Arkansas is invested. I mean, to say they are all in would be an understatement. And where's Cal going to go right now?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it's not a 1-year deal.
That's the point that I'm making is that this is going to go on. I mean, they're going to be together for a while is what I'm saying. And it's not one of those instances where people and fans do this, and we all do it. We all want to be the first one to pronounce the correct judgment so we can say, I told you so at the end. And, I think there are a lot of people that, as you were saying, believe that at the end of the year you're going to reassess and decide if this is good or not. And no, that's not going to – I mean, they're all in on both sides. But I agree with you that – and this kind of goes, and we'll get into it. We didn't really get into it yesterday. All this stuff, the shots that anonymous coaches and people are taking at Cal, that's all about recruiting. These guys are smelling blood. They see a wounded animal, and they're smelling blood, and they're going in for the kill. But Arkansas is still going to have a great recruiting class, And I suspect that it'll look different next year.
Speaking of I told you so, I'm standing there watching the game, and Notre Dame scores, and I'm like stinging apart. And then I'm walking back to the workroom after the game, and I'm thinking about me and you, Chuck, and how we tried to tell them that Ohio State was just too much. That's what you're talking about when you say, like Bart made the declaration leaving the show on Monday that Notre Dame was going to win the national championship. But so if he had been right, he would have been the one that I told you so. If he gets it wrong, whatever. We forget it.
Don't you think?
But I'm not letting anybody forget about it.
Don't you think Bart in his heart of hearts knew when he said that it wasn't going to happen?
Yes, you could hear it.
When
he said it just in case it happened, he would have been right.
That's right. But, that was a big field goal at the end. I thought about you when they made that field
doink.
Goal. As I said yesterday.
Well, the doink before that cost him the cover.
Well, that field goal at the end was,
One guy made it, one guy didn't.
That's right.
18 in Fayetteville, 16 in Hot Springs, and always sunny at the Fayetteville Auto Park, Chuck.
As a matter of fact, that's right. And the sun will come up. It's going to be cold today. They got the big flag flying out there, exit 67A, and you know exactly where they are. They've been there a long time. They've got great brands, and that's one of the things that, makes the auto park work is you've got a great selection. You got great brands, Honda, Acura, Toyota, Chevy, pre-owned, lots of pre-owns, and a selection of pre-owns like no other. You're going to get a great deal. That's a given when you go to Fayetteville Auto Park. You're also going to get great service after the sale. They've got an award-winning service department. They've got an award-winning collision department. It truly is your one-stop automobile headquarters, and you can check it out at FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Yeah, you don't make it 25 years.
No.
Without doing it the right way, and they're doing it a great way. 25-year anniversary, 25th anniversary of the Fayetteville Auto Park. All right, we'll get back to the calls. It's 6:33. Text calls. What is today? Wednesday? So Hogs play tonight?
8 o'clock.
Holy, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock. Get a nap in.
Oh, my gosh. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Does the show feel like it's always a friendly environment? I was going to say, just
I
like
guess
the
it
Chuck-
depends on
It's
which side of the fence you're
It's
on.
friendly. Sometimes you get yelled at, but I mean, it's still friendly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for the best Razorbacks insights and analysis?
Hell yes.
How about listening to an Arkansas football legend?
Matt Jones, all he does is make big plays.
What's the voice of the Hogs have to say?
Hey, what a great crowd last night.
Don't forget about the Omahogs.
The Hogs are going to Omaha.
Matt Jones, Chuck Barrett, and Phil Elson, the best in the business, on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Like me.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch & Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google, Yahoo it, or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Well, I got to go to the bank. I got to go to the cleaner. I mean, just errands. Errands. Things like that. Stuff you have people to do for you. Stuff I have to do myself.
There it is. The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've known John Calipari for 40-something years. I don't know when he's going to figure it out, but he'll figure it out. And, all the bitching and moaning and complaining and, all the poison that goes on within, a fan base, whether it's your fan base or another fan base where he came from, it'll be solved and they'll end up really, really good. It's just the way it is. This season did not work out the way he wanted it to. And, part of it, is his fault, and part of it is just some bad luck.
Seth Greenberg, ESPN, former college basketball coach, now an ESPN college basketball analyst, was on the Chuck and Bo show yesterday.
That's right. He was good.
Longtime friend of Cal, known Cal, as he described there. David's in Searcy. David, good morning.
Good to have you back, Bo, although your cohort there did a wonderful job yesterday. Here's a quick little State of the Union address for the basketball team, rather. Everybody knows that Cal had to just throw this team together. Started with 0. He said as much. And he brought in guys that he thought he could depend on, for the first season anyway, to get the program started in the right direction. Well, he has found out the same thing that we had found out during the pre-SEC games. We looked really good at times, which was expected. And then you get in the SEC, and the perfect storm hits. We face two of the best defensive coaches in America right off the bat, at Tennessee and Ole Miss, and they're doing the same thing to other teams. And we looked bad, and might have shook the players a little bit, I don't know. But Coach Cal knows that he's got to bring in 2 or 3 guys that he can count on to knock down a three-pointer like other teams have if he wants to succeed next season, and bring in a couple of big men that can really bruise. He understands all that, and I know he will get that job done, and I'm going to enjoy watching all the games, but I have just as much confidence in his abilities to put a good team together next year as I do right now. And first of all, before I go, Bo, did you say you saw Hunter Yurachek?
I did. He's on the selection committee for the college football playoff. So he went to the game, and I actually saw him in the airport on the way there and then on the plane and on the way back.
Okay. I'll bet you did not say one word to him about raising the center field camera for the baseball telecast so that David and all of his buddies could actually see home plate.
I'll be honest. I forgot all about that. I'll make a note now. I'll make a note.
Okay.
So is it? I haven't ever even. Thanks, David. I haven't ever even noticed this. Why am I the guy that hasn't noticed this? I mean, I watch a lot of baseball games on TV.
I've noticed it, but it's not something that ruins the day.
You can't actually see the plate.
It's not quite as high as it should be, but it's fine. I mean, this is college baseball. This is being run by students. This is not this is not the national championship game or the World Series. But yes, it could be up a little bit.
I guess my thing is I'm a professional sports watcher, and I didn't viewer. At least that's how I fancy myself. Yeah. And how does it not bother me, but it bothers some people?
It doesn't bother me, but I do notice it. It
seems like one of those things that would bother everybody or nobody.
Well, just because you observe, so obviously it bothers David. It doesn't bother me, but I have observed it. Like, for example, you watch a Major League Baseball game. There are certain ballparks where the angle is different. Dodger Stadium. You brought it up, but
I'm just thinking. I was thinking I should take one of these cards, Chuck. One of these right here. One of these little index cards. And we got to make a list, and I'll carry one in my pocket, and Chuck carries one in his pocket. And every time we see Hunter, we're like, hey.
Well, I'm not going to.
Now that I've run into you, and we pull the list out, and we go, so here's what people are wanting to know about.
Just because you notice something doesn't mean it bothers you. It doesn't bother me, but I notice it.
Yeah, I was talking about David, though.
Well,
But you've said that people have said something to you about it. So I just didn't know that was. Yeah. That was really something.
Hey, I want to go to what David said before that. Those of us who are old enough to remember, who have not rewritten history, know that the first year of the Nolan Richardson era was about as ugly as an era could be. I mean, Arkansas was not winning. He was dealing with family tragedy. And we were, if we're honest, as collectively as a state, we were about as cruel as the people could be. There was a movement inside his first year to get rid of him. And I mean movers and shakers. And it was the real deal. And what would have happened if the posse had won? You know, what would have happened if the people that were ready to move on had won? None of what we enjoyed would have ever occurred. But my point is even for Hall of Fame coaches, first years can be disaster. First years can be awful. And that's what Arkansas is going through right now. Probably the worst year of Cal's career would be my guess. And now you pour salt on the wound with Boogie Fland going out. But, and it goes back to the point you made a little bit earlier. But the idea that, you know, we've said for years, let's spend whatever we got to spend and go get the best coach out there. Well, we've done that. And now we're ready to run him off 5 games into the season, or the conference season. So I think everything's going to be okay long term. But it's going to be brutal for the next 6 weeks. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is going to be a rough ride over the next 6 weeks. And you just hope there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Hope they can find a way to win some games.
877-377-6963 if you want to get in here. It's the Chuck and Bo Show, 646. It's cold, okay? It's under 20 wherever you're waking up throughout the natural state. Start the car, open the garage door first or back it out, and then start the car and heat that sucker up. Good morning. Glad you're here. It's Wednesday.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. That's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians, backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
We were doing everything right. We were moving the ball. We had it. We booped. Wide open miss. Another one here missed. I was ready to strangle myself. Like, come on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
I don't think Rodgers is going out the way Elway did.
I hope he does. I hope he plays for the Jets.
That's right, Dolphins fan. Makes sense.
I'm a patient there, and you can be too. 3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I was supposed to ask him at the start of the segment what he did
really
last
appreciate
night.
you asking.
I forgot. What'd you do last night, Bo?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, I was sitting on an airplane yesterday, and they were de-icing it for 3 hours. That doesn't happen at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. They're not de-icing anything. It's all, they've got all the ice.
That's beautiful.
And it is beautiful.
Well, you
Beautiful
crafted
ice.
it beautifully.
Well,
the way you.
It's the place to go for diamonds in Arkansas. Yeah, I was sitting there on the plane just thinking, they don't do this at Blakeman's. I mean, there's no de-icing this. You can't de-ice it.
I think everyone on the plane was thinking that. I mean, it's the obvious thought.
Yeah, that's what my happy place. I close my eyes and I go in that new beautiful store there. Over 10,000 square feet of just beautiful retail. You know, the Rolex display, the Tudor display. They got a private room back there. If Bart wants to go have his really high-end Rolex like experience, you could go into a private room. I mean, it's amazing. Literally, it's an attraction just to go in the new store. But Blakeman's has been doing this for years. They're the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. It's where your journey ends and your story begins. For any occasion, they can help you out at Blakeman's in Rogers. Not just help you out, but whatever it is you're doing, you'll be doing it right at Blakeman's. You know, I saw that on social. A couple things I saw on social. One was that Ryan Day was the first coach to win a national championship with a Sharpie beard. A beard
It's worthy of note. It's worthy of note.
With a Sharpie. He's also, I think, the first national championship coach to get run into a wall by a golf cart driver immediately following the game. That girl drove by me. I mean, she was driving through hundreds of people. Here we go.
Ryan Day, you deserve it, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a serious thud. That's a serious thud.
And the drunk guy in the tunnel doing the commentary. Wow, it was that happened. And then the other thing I saw was an anonymous SEC coach says Cal is archaic. And I thought, is this real? And then so what do you start doing? You start going through the list of potential candidates for the anonymous coach. So who do you think it was?
Well, I don't know who it was. I don't know. I mean,
let's
hang on a minute. Wait. Before we get to that, we got to talk about why stuff like this is happening.
Okay.
First off, Jeff Goodman, who wrote the story. Well,
we'll get into it next.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I don't think this issue is as simple as saying which coach said it. I think there's a lot more to this.
Yeah.
Before we get to that point. But to answer your questions, I don't know. I don't know who said it, but I got some ideas.
I just want you to give me some names.
I'm not giving names.
Was it Bruce Pearl? You think Bruce did it?
I'll make up some names.
You think Bruce did it? Well, eventually we're going to list all of the coaches.
There's some who I would say it's probably not that person.
But from now on, and Chuck's right, there's more to it. We'll get into it. But when you're watching Arkansas play the rest of their schedule, I know what I'm going to be thinking. Was that the guy? Was it him?
Matt might have already played him.
Yeah. Was it that guy? Was it Mark Pope? Did Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio pretend to be an SEC coach?
Did it?
And tell Jeff Goodman? Was it actually him?
Did it really happen?
Was it really a coach? And is he still a coach?
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
Know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine, not quite as cool. Our temperatures this afternoon, upper 30s to lower 40s. Clear skies. Overnight lows will drop down into the low to mid 20s tonight, and then we could see a few flurries. Otherwise, sunshine Thursday. Highs upper 30s to lower 40s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The Razorbacks have beaten the #1 team in the country.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Good pick, good pick.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
The drinking all day.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model C, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Remember when we were talking about starting this show, and Chuck says to me, and I want us to be strong on pop culture.
What I meant was everybody else.
Yeah, I just kind of nodded, was like, oh.
I look back now, I would say these things.
We have no clue.
And Bo would just be suppressing laughter. Oh, we got to do weather. We got to do weather. I realize now that you guys were all scoffing at my idea.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a car play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I got to talk about this arcade thing for a minute that's running around. By the way, Boogie Fland, according to reports, out for the year. Hogs play Georgia tonight at 8 o'clock. And we'll get into all that as we move through the hour. But
talking about the anonymous
SEC coach. For those who don't know, their story broke, I guess, over the weekend. Jeff Goodman, who's a college basketball writer and hosts a podcast called The Field of 68, or he's part of that, I think. And at any rate, he quotes an SEC coach anonymously saying that Cal's archaic and, he's basically easy to beat now and his game's passed him by and all this stuff. And, Seth Greenberg kind of delved into this to an extent yesterday. You played the comment from him a little bit earlier when we talked to him. This is about recruiting. This is about sharks smelling blood. This is about opposing, if in fact an opposing SEC coach actually said this, which I'm probably 50-50 on. This is about trying to take advantage from a recruiting angle. Now, look, Jeff Goodman's never been a fan of Arkansas. He hated Mike Anderson, hated him. I think he and Muss are friendly. I'm going to assume, based on what's going on right now, he's got an axe to grind with Cal, which goes to the heart of what a lot of you're hearing, a lot of the things you're reading and hearing right now. So I think, number one, you got to consider the source. But first off, no self-respecting SEC coach is going to deride another SEC coach, first off, and have his name put on it. My guess would be that Jeff Goodman, talking to one of the coaches in the league who's his buddy, helping him out. You know how the game works, Bo.
Yeah.
You know how it works.
Yep.
And writers and reporters have coaching friends, and coaching friends, well, hey, why don't you do this? And all of a sudden things are out there. That's exactly what I think happened right now. And the reason that it works is because you've got some of your less informed media types out there who are simply trying to play to the angry part of the fan base, and so they run with it because it's red meat. And these guys know when they say it that people are going to run with it because it's red meat. But I just don't when I see stories like this, when I see writers and people that do stories about anonymous SEC coaches, there's a reason why they're doing it.
I just had a vision of people running with red meat.
Red meat.
It's so true.
Red meat, blue
they got
jacket.
steaks in each hand, tomahawk steaks, and they're just running through the town square.
You got to be wearing a blue blazer, too.
I have to.
Okay.
With a blue blazer on. I've got to acknowledge this. When I saw that, it makes you, for some reason, it gives it credibility that an anonymous SEC coach said it. But we got to be smarter. Like, take a step back and really think about things. Who cares what another SEC coach thinks? Do you care what another SEC coach thinks when they have a press conference and they're playing your team? I mean, occasionally you play a comment, or we'll play it on the show about what they said about Arkansas, or like Bill Self said, hey, they got two really good guards after the Kansas exhibition game. But it's like one – if a coach did say it, it's one coach saying one thing, and it's like, oh, well, now we believe it. And that's that's the thing that's attached to it. And you're like, well, but what does that matter? It's one person's opinion, and they're competing with the guy.
But it doesn't matter if people believe it. They say it because they know folks are going to run with it.
That's what I'm saying.
And there are people out there who already believe it.
That's what I'm saying. It attaches like a piece of credibility for people, and then they're like, they just run with it.
Yeah,
but if we,
you're right.
and I thought at first too, like, ooh. And then I took a step back, and I'm like, well, who cares?
Well,
what really matters, is it true or not? That's what really matters.
And, I've seen some of these stories in the fall. Anonymous SEC coach. You do realize a GA qualifies as an anonymous SEC coach. I mean, it didn't say – some of these stories don't say head coach. They just say anonymous SEC coach. That can be anybody that's been issued a polo. I mean, it really can be.
Right.
So,
again, the only thing that matters, is it true? Like, is that true?
It's always going to be open to opinion. It's always going to be subject to debate.
Has the game really passed him by? Is that because I'll tell you what I've seen from Arkansas this year: a lack of made free throws, a lack of made layups, a lack of made three-pointers, and some basic fundamental defensive lapses that you don't even really have to coach.
90% of the people who get on airwaves and say the game's passed him by couldn't diagram a play if their life depended on it.
They could, but it wouldn't be open.
I mean, it's like, are you kidding me? I mean, shut up.
There's 6 guys
You
out
don't
there.
know.
I've had coaches tell people love to give coaches plays. And I can't remember which coach it was, but they told me that the best story was somebody brought them a napkin and they had to play, and there were 12 guys on the field.
Well, yeah. It's a great play, except for the fact you're going to get penalized.
Or there's 7 guys in the backfield. What are we doing? I mean, it's not going well. It doesn't mean the guy – another one I'm tired of hearing is he's lost his fastball. Well, the guy's got a curveball, okay? Like he's Greg Maddux. He paints the corners. I mean, just stop.
I'll tell you what I'm
tired of. The other one is washed. He's washed. Oh, mercy sakes alive.
I'm just tired of the wardrobe stuff. That's all I'm tired of.
May I have a moment to address
I'm setting you up. Go ahead.
Thank you. So we've been getting a series of texts this morning, and the same person has been texting the show the past couple of days with the same thing over and over again. This is from the 870. Have no idea who this person is.
Well, it could be an anonymous SEC coach if you want to get down to it.
These are some of the texts. This is just this morning. Blue coat ain't going to win you any games. I won't be watching the rest of the games as long as blue coat is coaching. Blue pig suey.
Come on.
Blue pig suey again.
Hold on. I'm not. Read that part about I'm not watching the games.
I won't be watching the rest of the games, not as long as blue coat is coaching.
Hey, let's just like, what are you talking about?
Like this is
8 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna turn it on, and if that jack wagon has a blue jacket on, I'm turning it off.
This is truly one of the single dumbest takes I think I have ever heard in all the years that we have been doing a radio show, whether this show
that's a
or
mouthful,
going
Bart.
back to the sports talk days. Like, are you just a moron? Are you just an idiot? Because that's what I see. Did you not watch Nate Oates last night? He was coaching Alabama Crimson Tide, a team that wears red, in a blue sport coat. Coaches can wear whatever the hell they want.
I doubt if this caller was watching Alabama.
Probably not. But who cares?
Texter,
They're
I'm sorry.
losing. They're losing.
No, you're right.
And I understand that people
I
are
agree.
upset they're losing. But if that's what is causing you grief and anguish, that John Calipari is wearing a blue suit or a blue sport coat, touch some grass. Get outside and get a grip.
That's 2 days in a row Bart has used the term touch some grass.
Like you're just an idiot.
I don't
touch some grass.
While you're hot, Bart, what else you got on your mind?
Yeah, really. Clearly, you've had 2 days of pent-up frustration. I agree with every word you said, by the way.
It's just stupid.
Well, I mean, I'm watching it last night, and I mean, Nate Oates got the brightest blue jacket on I've ever seen in my life. And Alabama wins by 16.
I just can't. I don't. Listen, I said it when Twitter came out. When Twitter became a thing, it's a platform for moron exposure. And what that means is we pay attention to yourself because you're about to tell the whole world your thoughts. And as a guy who sits behind a microphone, I just promise you this: it's not always a good thing. You think you're really smart. And you roll something out there for the whole world, and you haven't really thought about it. But now we all get to think about what you said, and it's a real indication about who you are. So be careful because you're gonna, you can just as easily and quickly as you want to let everybody know what your opinion is, expose yourself as a moron. The color of a jacket is completely irrelevant to the ability to coach the sport, to have success, to recruit, to do all the,
are you telling me that if he wears a red jacket, he's going to be your favorite coach ever?
It's worth 10 points a game.
Well, I'll just give you another point to this. It's so dumb, but I'll just give you another point. Like, why does it become the kind of comments that we're getting? Why can't it be, man, I just wish Cal wouldn't. I wish he'd wear red. That's fine. Yeah. Like, say that.
Yeah.
Say, what I would really like is if our coach just wore our colors. But like I said that about the sneakers. Remember, now sneakers are all kinds of colors. Like that used to be a thing. But I don't sit there and go, you know why we're losing? because Zvonimir Ivicic is wearing fluorescent green shoes.
That's the reason.
How embarrassing.
Does he
even want to be here? Does he want to be like
coach in the history of Razorback basketball. The only coach in the history of Razorback basketball who's worn the school colors every game is Muss, because he didn't wear a jacket, because he didn't wear a suit. Every other coach we've had, the colors on the sideline vary. I mean, I'm with Bart on this one. This is just, it is a moronic discussion, but that's where we are.
It's the kind of discussion you should have over a flight by Yingling.
Breakfast beer.
I was just asking Norm DeBryan if he liked it. He said yes. Look at his head. He said, Dave Van Horn, you like it? Yes, sir. How about Coach Broyles? Flight by Yingling. Start off the 25 year with a new light beer. Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers, and now it's even better. Introducing the new 16-ounce aluminum can. Resealable aluminum can.
Thing of beauty right there.
Perfect for any occasion. 95 calories. You can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of Flight by Yingling. Tastes like Yingling, but it's a light beer. Raise the bar, take a flight. The next generation of light beer, Flight by Yingling. 7:15 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Salem Green, Arkansas, QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Evans Body Shop in Van Buren is a proud local business serving the River Valley since 2006. Thanks to our customers, our business is growing. We invite you to stop by, call, or drop in and visit with us about our new paint system, work efficiencies, and certification training program for our entire team. Our commitment to you is to continue to embrace new technologies and operational enhancements that provide the very best experience for you, our customers.
412 Gordon Avenue, Van Buren.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Hey, Todd Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You know, the family that listens to the Chuck and Bo Show together stays together. That's what you got to remember.
That's great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So this is a twist-off aluminum bottle.
Yeah, I think that's
Flayed by Yingling.
Yeah, I think that's right.
2.6 grams of carbs, 95 calories, 4.2% alcohol.
Is that 20
by
ounces of liquid refreshment or 16?
16.
Okay.
I better quit looking at this. It's a pint.
Yeah.
It says 1 pint on it. Would you
All
like to have a
right.
pint of Flayed by Yingling?
I would.
Bart's ready.
Why do I want to change my Flayed by Yingling?
I don't know what that was.
It's from
Crack it
Pennsylvania.
open. Crack it open. Take a big swig.
It's from
See what
Pennsylvania.
it tastes like warm at, what is it, 7:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, don't.
No, do it. What are you talking about? There we go. Oh, you can just hear you can hear it.
Yeah, my hands are. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Somebody help Bo. Edward, come over here and open this up for Bo.
You need help?
Yeah.
Bit gone wrong.
It's open, but the lid's not off.
Here.
You got to do it by the.
This is incredible radio. Everybody can see this. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
There's some nasty stuff right there, man.
What do you mean it's nasty?
Well, it's hot. It's hot.
It's not nasty. It smells good, actually.
Knock it out.
Wow.
Oh, you just opened it up. You're not going to hit it.
I don't know.
Come on.
Chug it.
Take a big shot of that, man.
I gotta run. I gotta run by the school and talk to the principal after this.
Oh boy,
Got a
kids.
Parent-teacher conference right. after
Anybody
the
got a
show.
straw? Let's see how fast I can drink this thing.
Straw.
I don't know how. What's the dude's name? It's got blue in the bottle.
Ooh.
So I don't know.
It's a Kentucky beer.
Flight by England. It's from Pennsylvania. It's got Kentucky on it.
If that was a red
Don't
stripe
give Cal
on
one
there,
of
if that was a
those.
red stripe on there,
Hey,
it'd be a whole lot different.
This for real is great, though. It is. I'm not going to drink it now because, it just seems like a tough way to
You're going to
follow
lose the
up a bad
carbonation,
travel day.
man. You're going to lose the carbonation.
There are other ones. I couldn't get the top off. You did, but you weren't close enough to the microphone.
I'm
We didn't
sorry.
get the full effect.
Sorry. It was a visual deal.
Anyhow, it's a next generation of light beer. I mean, look, if we all want to have one right now, I'm in. I'm not going to sit over here and do it by myself.
Cool 'em
if
down.
we're getting fired, we're getting fired together.
We'll cool
put
them
'em
down
in the fridge.
Yeah, cool them down a little bit. And I'm in.
Grab some ice.
Put it on a little ice?
Yeah.
Would you like a fireball to go with?
No, it's a little early for that. Let's wait till 9. But
Okay, I think we got to hit a break. 7:22.
No,
we don't. We've already hit a break. We got Eddie on the line.
Are you sure you didn't? Are you sure you didn't have some of that?
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is. Eddie's in Clarksville. Eddie, you want a beer?
Sometimes I feel like I need to drink one here lately, sir.
I
Let me
understand.
say this, sir. I didn't mean to. I must apologize to Chuck. No doubt he's a Hall of Famer. Just went into the Hall of Fame.
What did I miss?
But put this in your body, Chuck. I get, he had to throw a team together. You know what? I defined irk to you. And irk is, you know what I mean? I defined it to you. You get irritated. You get annoyed. You know, we just come off a football season. I think a football program can do better. You look at our Coach Pittman's home loss, even though we ended the year on a good note, it's always fun to end the year on a winning note. Our home record loss at home is atrocious under Coach Pittman. And now we're get to our basketball teams, and this is state facts. You know, no doubt we wouldn't have got Coach Calipari if there wasn't grumblings at Kentucky. That's the only way we got him. You know, and so he comes to Arkansas. We open up the vault to him in his own checking account, and we open up a vault, pretty good portal class on paper coming in, and we're at the bottom of the barrel. You know, in the early part of the United States, bottom of the barrel, let me define that to you. That means you can't sink no lower. And tonight, when you look, we'll play Georgia. Really, when you look at them, the only difference is I think they have 2 SEC wins. They shoot, you know, stats are pretty similar. And tonight, this is our best chance to get a win. You know, you want to state what I want. Put this in your butt, Chuck. Even the most passionate fans can get hurt. Even the most passionate fans can feel apathy. And when I feel like I can't blow a whistle on nothing, you know, that's bottom of the barrel.
What are you talking about, Eddie? When have we ever said you can't say what you want to say? What are you talking about?
You know, you work for the U of A, Chuck. You know, I've had the God-given privilege of meeting with you a couple of times. Sit down and have dinner with you. You know, one thing I notice about you, you gravitate to people. And you always are so kind and gracious to talk to them and tell them your thoughts. That's what I'm trying to do. It's coming out of me, Chuck. And I don't want to feel apathy. I want to blow my whistle. You know, and that's what I'm about. That's what my makeup is about. You know, and so, all right, we'll give Coach Calipari this year. Let me say this. You know, like I said, no way we would have got Coach Calipari if there wasn't grumblings at Kentucky. No way. He wouldn't even looked at us. And it's like I said, it wasn't because he didn't have the money. And when I see, this one hurts me more than anything. You know, you got schools now, as I stated yesterday, as common as I know how, beating us in football and basketball. And that really hurts me. Schools like Missouri, schools like Ole Miss, schools like LSU. And we beat Mississippi State. But, man, when I look at them play, let me say this. Tonight's our best chance. You know, this past weekend was a cold blast. You know, and I was watching I was watching playoff games. I watched some of my favorite sports movies of all time. You know, Invincible is one of my favorite movies. You know what he said when he took over Philadelphia?
What?
He said he addressed his players before a game. He said, we need to find the heart and soul of this team. And I feel like that's what needs to take place in this program. These players need to find heart and soul. And I said yesterday, everything that we do in life stems from the heart. And tonight, that's what I want to see. And you talk about those apples, you know, they used to score in those barrels. You know what I mean? I feel like we need to scrape the bottom of the barrel on rebounding a little bit more, some players.
Get some apples.
I feel like they need to scrape the bottom of the barrel and get a layup.
Let's get some apples tonight.
You know what I mean? So, tonight's our best chance, and I hope those players, they don't want to watch Friday Night Live. You know, Billy Bob Justice's team. Perfect, being perfect, he defined it to his team. You know what I mean? But to him, perfect wasn't about winning. It wasn't about losing. It's about looking your teammates in the eye. Look at those banners that hang above your head. It may not mean nothing to you, but let me tell you something. Stuff your pocketbook and your egos. But go out there. I've got one more thing I can do to win this game, so we don't go winless in the SEC. I'll tell you what, some songs I want to end it today. You know how I feel. You know, the first one I went with is by the Image Dragons. Whatever it takes, I feel like we need a little whip, and a little whip. And we need some adrenaline running through those players' veins. And then, you know, the other scrum I went through, if you want to listen to this, was called the script. You know, Hall of Fame. Play like you want to. Somebody's gonna know your name tonight. And then, what the other song I went to, it really, what I went. Well, watch this team play. Don't bring me down. Because don't bring our program down. You out there, you play with your heart today. Find it somewhere. Find your song. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Eddie.
Okay.
Imagery.
Eddie, would you pregame if Coach Cal wanted you to? Would you bob for an apple?
I tell you what, I don't care if he wears a zebra suit. I'll stick my whole head in that barrel to get a win tonight.
729. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. If that didn't make a deposit in your heart, I don't know what will. They've got everything you need at First Security to bank better, including convenient locations, friendly people, and all in on Arkansas and local support. You're banking in Arkansas, you're banking with First Security Bank. Check them out online, fsbank.com, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. First Security Bank, member FDIC. Bobbing for apples with Eddie tonight, 8 o'clock at Bud Walton Arena. Jimmy Dykes here to talk about it next.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Bullsworth with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. Indeed, he's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what top football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
Ty Richardson for American Patriot Promotions. They have their Mina Gun Show coming up Saturday, February 1st and Sunday, February the 2nd. The American Patriot Promotions Mina Gun Show is located at the Polk County Fairgrounds in Mina. Tickets are just $10 per person and only $8 for veterans, military, police, and first responders. For more information on this event, go to AmericanPatriotPromotions.com. American Patriot Promotions is the best avenue for outstanding gun shows.
Evans Body Shop in Van Buren is a proud local business serving the River Valley since 2006. Thanks to our customers, our business is growing. We invite you to stop by, call, or drop in and visit with us about our new paint system, work efficiencies, and certification training program for our entire team. Our commitment to you is to continue to embrace new technologies and operational enhancements that provide the very best experience for you, our customers.
412 Gordon Avenue, Van Buren.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're just going to have to go today. You're just going to have to. Today's going to be
what I
maybe
told myself.
one of those days you're just going to have to go, and you'll be glad you did.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck and Bo Show, 877-377-6963 if you want to call or text. We'll get to those coming up. It looks like Boogie Fland's going to be out for the year. Jimmy Dykes joining us, ESPN college basketball analyst. Jimmy, where do we find you at the moment?
Yeah, Bo, I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. I got probably 40, 50 people gathered around me here. I told them I was getting ready to be on the Chuck and Bo Show, and they just ran over to me.
Yeah, I'm
so
sure.
they're sitting here drinking their coffee. I got it on speaker, so this is going to be a great few minutes with you guys.
Well, hopefully when you get on the plane, you don't sit there for 3 hours while they de-ice it like I did in Atlanta yesterday.
I heard there's people like in line for 4 hours trying to get through security.
Oh, it was incredible.
In Atlanta.
It was
It's the worst airport in the country. Yeah.
It was yesterday. That's a fact. Well, while they're all listening, what do you want to tell them about Arkansas basketball?
Oh man, I was, I did the Tennessee Mississippi State game last night, and we got into it a little bit towards the end of our game. I said I'm just wondering what Bud Walton's going to feel like tomorrow night. You sit there, the 0-5, the news of Boogie Fland is certainly not at all what you want to hear. It's not what anyone anticipated at all when Cal was named in the press conference, and the money and the NIL and all the celebrity pieces they brought in there. So it feels like, to me, this week is the biggest week that they've had on that campus for basketball. Like, if there's any hope to save the season, I guess no other way to put it, they got to win tonight, and they got to beat Oklahoma. Like, you got to win those two games. And if not, you're looking at 0-7, and you guys know what the rest of the schedule looks like. So it's tough sledding right now. And I know it's year one, but I know Cal well. It doesn't matter if it's year 1 or year 5 with him. The expectations are always really, really high, and they have not met those expectations. Is the simplest way to put it.
Jimmy, you've been around Cal. Boogie Fland out. Other guys have got to step up, putting it mildly. What do you think his message has been for his team based on the time you've been around him?
Yeah, it's the next guy up, and so you look around the room. They don't have a lot to choose from. That was a short roster to start with. So I know Cal. Chucky's innovative. I think he'll find out or figure out what's the best way for this team now to have a chance going forward. I don't know if he goes really, really big and plays Theo at the 2 or the 3 at times. And, Kentucky fans begged him to play zone for years. And if there's ever an opportunity to play zone now, it might be right now for Arkansas, because
I'll bet we see
they do have a lot of size across their front line. And Thero's a big kid. If you play him as a big guard or small forward, and I mean honestly, like you got to think about foul trouble now and all those things. So it's going to be interesting to see. You know, as a coach, you just got to wake up the next morning and figure out what's best for my team today. And I'm sure he's already doing that right now, driving to Bud Walton, trying to figure out how do we get ready for Georgia tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy. By the way, just let us know if we're going on and you got to get on the plane. We know you got to board any minute. When things go like this, especially for somebody like Cal who's had so much success, I mean, I feel for him personally, just because it just feels like my travel day yesterday of 14 hours. Like nothing's going right. You know what I mean? Like when you're a coach and you're leading and you got a lot of strong personalities and all this, and everybody's getting hit from every angle with negative whatever. Like, what are you doing right now? How, like, you know, it's like nobody's got anything good to say, you know, and the feeling's just not good. So if you're him, what are you trying to do?
You coach your team. And he had that simple phrase in his office at Kentucky. I haven't been in his office at Arkansas yet, but it's probably in his office as well. Coach your team, because if not, you start getting distracted by what other teams are doing, what other people are saying, what other coaches are saying, what other coaching styles are going on, what the local media is saying about you, what the fan base is saying on social media. Like, coach your team. And he's been really good at that. When you come out of the fire of Kentucky, and even when things are rolling there, the noise around you is just amplified greatly. You figure out if you're going to survive at a job like that for 15 years, you just lock the doors and create a bubble around you and coach your team and figure out what's best and keep the voices good in your locker room and one-on-one meetings and all the stuff that goes into it. That's the simplest answer, but it's also the most accurate answer. There's nothing else you can control. The only thing you can control right now as a coach is I got 9 guys, 8 guys, whatever I got. This is who we're playing tonight. This is how they play. This is how we have to prepare, and this is our best chance to do it. And you just lock in on that. And that's not a glitzy wow answer, but it's the truth. And there's so many things in life, though. You know that you're looking for some magnificent wow moment, and it just comes down to the basic stuff. You just got to coach your guys right now as hard as you can and keep them going. But I go back to how important this week is, man. It's a massive important week for Arkansas.
There's this narrative, I think, comes from Kentucky fans partly. It mentioned, you know, by Jeff Goodman, some anonymous coach said Cal's style was archaic. I mean, like, what about this idea that he's playing some style that is no longer relevant in college basketball? What would your reaction to that be?
Yeah, I've heard those same statements 5 years ago with Cal at Kentucky, and then you look up and he's 15-3 in the league, and he beat a whole bunch of teams that said that he was archaic. So I don't see it. I mean, archaic would be standing around in a 2-3 zone and running the flex offense, which nobody does anymore. I mean, he's doing very similar stuff a lot of teams do on offense. You're seeing ball screens, you're seeing 4-round-1, you're seeing 5 out, you're seeing them push it in transition. They want to get out and run. I mean, defensively, he's not doing anything that's archaic. They know how to cover ball screens and hard hedge and the importance of getting on the white line. I mean, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I think that's the narrative he got labeled with. It got stuck, and it's just the easy thing to say. It's the easy thing to say about a coach, but I don't believe it's true.
I know you got to hop on that flight. We'll do it again soon. Thanks for agreeing.
These people are so disappointed that this is ending.
Yeah, well, I hear that they've all left because the Zone 1 boarded. Yeah. So they're all I mean, they're getting their new cup of coffee on the plane. So,
man, Chuck, I'll see you tonight, Chuck.
All right,
thanks, Jimmy. Talk soon,
Jimmy.
man.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate you. 877-377-6963. Thoughts, reactions to what Jimmy Dykes had to say there. We've got a lot of texts coming in, and we'll get to those coming up. We're brought to you in part by Sweatnum Cosmetic and the Sweatnum Edge. We all want to look and feel better. I mean, looking good's one thing, but if you don't feel good, it doesn't even matter. I mean, feeling good, having energy, not dragging through the day is something I think we all value. If you're feeling that way, there might be an answer, a simple answer. Could be supplements, could be some testosterone. It's not something we all want to talk about, but it certainly is worth looking into and feeling better. And that's what you get with the Sweatnum Edge. You get a free evaluation to find out where you are. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com. I trust them. I go through this process, and it has helped me tremendously. Sometimes you don't even know. I mean, we're so used to self-medicating with caffeine or whatever. There are better answers. SweatnumCosmetic.com. Ask about the Sweatnum Edge or give them a call. 479-966-4174. 966-4174. SweatnumCosmetic.com. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about those...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
You're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A great pair. Really honored that you guys are doing this, listening over here in Jonesboro.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, A Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, A Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's A Cut Above, 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're telling me it's not about me.
Well,
and my
not entirely.
troubles.
No, don't misunderstand me. It is all about you, but maybe not quite to the degree that we might hope.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I thought Jimmy was good, really good. I always think he's good, but that
I
was
had an audience.
Yeah, well,
I had people to perform for.
Filmed live on location in front of an audience. 877-377-6963, the Chuck and Bo Show. You can listen on the Hit That Line Now app, presented by Taco Bell. You can take us anywhere you want. You can be in Atlanta, sitting on an airport or sitting in an airplane on the tarmac for 3 hours and listen to us from 6 to 9. I mean, that's when we're on. Or you can just download the Chuck and Bo podcast, and you can take that on the airplane with you. It's just the hours of the show, Spotify and Apple. And you can listen back to Eddie's call if you want to. Eddie, he quotes.
What is whip? I need to know.
Here. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so Eddie said he wants, what did he say? He wants Arkansas to whip tonight?
He said
to run him like a racehorse.
He needs some whip.
That's
it.
And so what do we know what that means?
Run him like a racehorse. That's what I just said.
The rest of the lyric.
Right, but Edward asked a good question.
What does this mean for Eddie when he says that he needs...
So what does that mean to Eddie?
I don't know that he knows.
Is that bobbing for apples?
I don't know that he knows.
What was the apple thing today?
I think he's meaning like they need to be lit. You know, they need to have great emotion. That's what Gino says on the sidelines. Gino goes, "It's not only lit, it's lit."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
it's not only whip, it's whip.
Double lit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so maybe it should be like that.
Nobody breaks down song lyrics like the Chuck and Bo Show.
Well,
and it starts with Eddie.
I'm just quoting Gino. Gino's the one that says lit.
It starts with Eddie.
Lit.
I think we need a pop culture interpreter, like as a regular on the show. We need help.
What we think it means,
right?
As opposed to what it actually means.
Because somebody's that's not what that means at all. And if you guys had any idea what you were talking about right now, you would have another flight by Yingling.
Yeah.
I did have to explain what touch grass meant to Chuck yesterday.
I had to ask.
And I was glad to.
Please do enlighten us.
Well, it's just like get off the internet, go outside, spend some time away from the internet, get off
back
Twitter.
into reality.
Yeah, check into reality.
Like grounding, like Chris Fowler barefoot grounding.
Sure.
At the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, just get in touch with reality.
By the way, I'm so tired. Beautiful stadiums, AT&T Stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, beautiful stadiums. I'm so tired of those black pellets being in my shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From walking
it's like
around.
going to a game in Little Rock.
It's just awful. Can we do something better? Is there a better technology than the black pellets?
Yes, it's called grass.
Well, it's inside.
Hey, you can grow grass inside.
In
the Cardinals Stadium.
Well, I mean, they got to take that thing outside. They got to run it outside.
Is there a better technology?
I mean, seriously.
Yes, it's called grass.
Right. Well. That's funny. Yeah.
Well, Bart's just trying to amuse himself.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Bart's amused
I'm
himself.
having a great time today, guys.
Yeah. Well, I can see that. I can see that.
Well, you got to go off on the guy earlier about the blue jacket.
Yeah, that
and
really,
you've been holding that back for a couple of days.
I have been. If you need me to talk about tip times for basketball games, I can
Would
do
you
that
mind?
too.
Would you mind? It's going to be kind of late tonight. Could you do something about
8
that?
p.m. Like
I think if you gripe enough, they'll change it.
I don't think that'll happen, but I think the people who are in charge of setting these tip times, they also need to touch some grass because they don't have any sort of sense of reality when it comes to fans.
Do you think the person that set the SEC schedule, do you think he's going to be awake at 10:15,
no, I think
10:30 tonight when the
jerk
Arkansas
who's going to
game
be
ends?
asleep?
This goes back to what Chuck said about the playoff committee. Like, don't just watch it in a room in Texas, in the Gaylord Hotel or whatever with your, your
go
your
there.
Black Forest ham sandwich. like, can you
Boar's
go,
head.
right? Can you go to the games and watch them live and see that instead of just on TV and then getting in a room? Like, go experience it. What we have here with the scheduling is not any concern at all for people wanting to go to the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about people watching the game.
That's exactly right.
And it's hurting crowds. It's going to hurt crowd sizes. Not everywhere. I mean, you're going to have places like Kentucky where they show up no matter what. There's nothing else to do. That's what they want to do. That's what they live for it. Okay, got it. Not being critical. It's just the truth. But other places, I mean, it's going to be hard. Arkansas doesn't play a day game on a Saturday until the last game of the season.
Yeah. And that's at 11 o'clock in the morning.
You shouldn't have – there are 4 time zones in the U.S. You shouldn't have a game tipping off at 8 p.m. local time in any of them. Or 9 p.m. local time.
You've got 9 games in the Central Times, or 9 o'clock games. Oklahoma and Texas played the other night in Norman at 9 o'clock. And with the slide, because it's the third game of a triple header, you don't start at 9. You start at about 9:10, which is when that game started. And so, I mean, it's like almost 11:30 in the Central Time Zone when that game is completed, which means in the Eastern Time Zone, which includes a lot of the SEC, I mean, it's the next day. Here's the thing. This only affects fans. Players stay up all night anyway. I mean, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, prime time for them. For us, man, it's brutal.
If you're trying to go to the game, it's
for fans, it's
incredibly
horrible. It's horrible.
Difficult.
And then people scold the fans for not showing up.
Eddie wants to blow the whistle.
He wants to whip.
He wants to whip, and he wants to blow the whistle.
Needs a little whip.
Why can't I blow my whistle? That's what Eddie said. It's another thing I didn't understand.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye. Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatgnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat Gnome Edge.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And Hog Noxious, our listeners just don't let us down. He said, Chuck, explain it to them. Smash or trash by saying swipe right or left.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Fort Smith Public Schools, what we do with our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Cadence for 3, it's on the way. Yes! Yes!
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine, not quite as cool. Our temperatures this afternoon, upper 30s to lower 40s. Clear skies. Overnight lows will drop down into the low to mid-20s tonight, and then we could see a few flurries. Otherwise, sunshine Thursday. Highs upper 30s to lower 40s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Coming here was something I always wanted to do. Coming home to a place that I graduated from, met my wife, got married here.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Tommy's right on this one. Do you feel? Let me ask you this.
Normal around here.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We have Tyler in Greenwood who said the bobblehead doll that you got as a gift of yourself, he will buy it now, today, for $2,000 if you'll sell it to him.
$2,000?
$2K. Yes, sir.
Is he crazy? Hey, I think that'd have to be sold. I'd have to sell that $2,000. That's like half of what Chuck gets paid to do a Razorback football game.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play. and I called it.
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two bald white guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I'll bet Z made that sale. $2,000. I'll bet he made it.
Well, I'm
That's
quite
the
certain
story behind the story.
He's been texting Bart trying to figure out who that guy was and how does he get a hold of him.
I forgot about that guy. End of the month, $2,000.
What if you woke up this morning and it was on Z's bobblehead was on Facebook Marketplace?
That'd be funny. That would be good.
Here's the thing: as soon as he realizes that he can go buy another one for $80, he's going to be in business. Just going to see how long you can play this out.
Yeah, well, hey, 3 or 4 people, man. You got a pretty substantial amount of money there.
I'm so tired already of this. Cal is washed. Tyler,
it's like what Jimmy said. It's the easy narrative.
Y'all think that Cal isn't cooked. You need to go touch some grass. What do you mean cooked? Like what are you talking about? Like
that's someone trying to be.
No,
clever.
I mean let's talk
He's
about
just trying to be clever.
Well, yes, but let's talk about this idea that Cal's done, and that's what's happened here. That's it. That's the answer.
Well, I know a lot of people say that. If they think it's not from deductive reasoning. It's because they've heard somebody else say it.
Yeah.
And that's basically,
just following.
It's the easy narrative.
They're followers.
Now, look, hey, we get 2 or 3 years into this, and we're doing this every year. That's a different deal.
100%.
But the idea that, you just throw it all out. First off, it's not even a possibility. The idea that something's got, it's not even a possibility. John Calipari is going to be our coach, and I will predict to you, in a relatively short amount of time, we'll be really glad he is again. 0-5 will make you wonder about everything. That's just the truth. And then you lose your best player for at least a while, maybe for the rest of the year. It compounds everything, and I get it. Look, Eddie was talking a little bit earlier. Here's what I understand. Just so we're clear, I do understand this. Football, men's basketball, women's basketball. We've won 1 conference game at home since the academic year began. That was the Tennessee football game. 1 conference game. I get it. I know why people are pissed. I know why people are disappointed. Because every single time they turn around, they're being asked for more money, and the Razorbacks can't even win a game at home. So I get where they're coming from. But that doesn't mean Cal is washed. It doesn't mean this is not going to get better. It doesn't mean that 33 years of Hall of Fame coaching has suddenly abandoned him. Doesn't mean any of that. I'll tell you what it means. It means you better go out and get more and better players. And you better have them in place by next year. I suspect he will. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. If we're having this same conversation 12 months from now, that's a whole different ballgame. But I doubt we are.
Just be better. Just be better. Like be more thoughtful. I can't help but think about Ohio State here. Ryan Day loses to Michigan. All the things that were said. The fans turning on him. What are those fans today? What are they saying today? The guy is 70-10 at Ohio State with a national championship. But the guy was fired 5 weeks ago.
Well,
if they had their way, they would have fired him before the playoff. And I'm not talking about 100 people. Paul Feinbaum said if he lost in the playoff game, they should fire him at midfield. All kinds of people were saying this, but Ohio State fans, what has happened to us? What has happened to us? What are we doing? He's 70-10. So I'm just removing it from our little bubble right here to get a third-party perspective, because sometimes it's easier when we're not in the middle of it to be reasonable. But, like, we have to get over ourselves. Like, that'd be like me yesterday with this terrible travel day, but I'm just not going to fly anymore. Airlines suck, and I'm never going on another plane. I'm not putting myself through that. And I just suddenly forget about all the times that it saves me my day, that I get somewhere much faster, that I'm able to have a way more convenient travel experience. But because now it's not going my way, everything stinks, fire everybody, this guy's no good. Like, stop following and scrolling and being brainwashed. You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. Like, that's you. You're following idiots. Wpart Maybe you're gonna be right.
For the love of God.
Whip.
Part of the problem, like, you're.
I mean, I'm not like it
no,
may
you're
not
spot
work
on.
out.
You're spot
It
on.
may not work out. But the idea that because it hasn't gotten off to a good start, the guy went from Hall of Famer to a zero. It's just so bizarre to me.
Well, you want to win a game. They need to win a game. Win a game and.
But of course. I'm talking about.
I understand.
I'm talking about, like, is the reason because he's just lost
Well,
it?
here's the thing. I mean, you began talking about how Ohio State fans were going to fire Ryan Day. Everybody's crazy. I mean, we're all nuts. I mean, we're no crazier than they are in Ohio.
Now we're getting truthful.
And Ohio State's no crazier than Michigan, and Michigan's no crazier than Alabama, and Alabama's no crazier than LSU. Every single group's freaking nuts. And we're right there in the middle of it. It's just the truth. I mean, it's just break it down.
I just got a survey in my email. Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium Fan Experience Survey. And I was just thinking, like, if they put that out today on Bud Walton.
Well.
Because when you're losing, everything's terrible.
That's right.
But if they were 5-0 right now, then put that survey out.
That's right.
And see what people think. It's like when a coach isn't doing well and we run out some survey on social media. How do you feel about the job that Sam Pittman's doing? Well, I don't know. What's his record? Because if he just won 3 games in a row, you're feeling pretty good. If he just lost 3 games in a row, oh, it's terrible. I mean, we're just all over the place. And we get on platforms and we just vomit our emotions. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying we. We just vomit our emotions. We have, like, zero responsibility. Like, we don't realize we have any sort of responsibility to filter our thoughts. Like, say it out. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, Cal is washed. He's lost it. Okay? Then read off all the other things, like, look it up, all the things he's accomplished in the last 15 years, the last 5 years. And then say it out loud when you're done with that. Say all the recruiting classes, all the draft picks, all the wins. Yeah, they had losses too, but all the wins. It's not like he came here missing postseason after postseason. But say all of those things looking in the mirror, and then while you're looking in the mirror the whole time, then say that he's lost it all. And then maybe if you want to take it a step further, say why. Say why he's lost it all. What are the factors that have led to you determining the guy has lost it all? Is it that people no longer want to come play for him? Because the last I checked, what's his recruiting class for next year?
It's top 5.
Does that sound like a guy that's lost it all?
It does not.
877-377-6963. Chuck said it. We're all crazy.
Ben's in Fayetteville. Ben, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Ben.
And Chuck, good morning. Good morning, guys. It's good to hear some reality in the morning. I've got a question for you, and I think it goes back 2 seasons. with Brazil and Nick Smith and what we're seeing now with Boogie Fland with this injury right in the heart of a bit of a losing streak, a little bit of a struggle. I think the Hogs win against Georgia. I think they win, and I think that causes a little bit more of a question because of they win without Boogie. I think some other players got to step up. But if you remember, anytime there's a little bit of a struggle, Brazil magically had some injuries. Nick Smith had to sit out, and then after a couple of wins, they came back. Love to get your take on that.
Well, you sure hope that, the players that are still playing, players that are going to play tonight, players that are going to play Saturday, I mean, you're going to have more from a lot of them than what you've gotten. The concern that I have right now is it is not an incredibly deep roster. I mean, there are only so many wells you can go to right now in terms of points and production and all those things. I think that, Nick Smith's situation and Boogie's situation are different in that I think Boogie's injuries, quite a bit more severe than Nick's was, just to be honest. I think, he is legitimately, if this is true, and I don't have any reason to believe it's not, I know it's a legit injury. I hear you in terms of players having big games. I would be surprised, honestly, if there aren't one or two of them that have better games, at least statistically tonight, than they've had. The question's going to be, does that help you win the game? There's 15, 18 shots available because Boogie's not going to play. Well, you're not probably anyway going to miss all those shots. So somebody's numbers are going to go up. But the important number is, do you have more than they have at the end of the game? And now Georgia will play defense. Georgia will play defense on you.
What to watch brought to you by Macadoodles. And guess who in Bentonville? Macadoodles, 15% off all wine on Wednesdays, no matter whether it's on sale or not. So if you get a great bottle of wine on sale, it's still 15% off. Also, tasting all day, every day at Macadoodles, just north of the state line there, just north of Bella Vista, and guess who in Bentonville. It's more than a liquor store. They've got all the items you need for the perfect party you want to have, competitive pricing, the best selection that you're going to find anywhere, and the best shopping experience you're going to find anywhere can be found at Macadoodles. And guess who? All right, Bart, tonight is what we're watching, the SEC Network at 8 o'clock. Is that what we're watching?
Yes, sir.
That's Arkansas and Georgia.
We got a game at 6.
Not anything that anybody needs to pay attention to.
Okay.
The best game at 6 is Xavier at St. John's. Rick Pitino has St. John's number 20 in the country. That's on Fox Sports 1. Georgia at Arkansas, 8 o'clock, SEC Network, along with 13th ranked Texas A&M and 16th ranked Ole Miss. That's on ESPN 2.
And if you're looking ahead to the playoffs, well, go ahead. You got something.
Well, I was just going to say, Florida and South Carolina play at 6 on the SEC Network. That's what I was wondering. We were going to have a slide tonight. Basically, is what I was driving.
Oh yeah, you
Are we going to play at 8:05?
Yeah,
Are we going to play at 8:10? There is a game on the SEC Network at 6.
Slide?
It's called a slide. Yeah, I'm sure it's an 8:05 tip with the possibility of a 5-minute slide.
I get annoyed when I sit down to watch the game and there's a slide.
Yeah,
and then it still doesn't work, and so they start the game, and it's like, you can go to the ESPN app and watch now. And now I've got to go load another app to try to, you know what I mean?
My deal is, if you're going to start it on an app or another channel at 9:10 or 8:10, well, let's go ahead and do it at 8:05. If you're still going to have to be on a different channel, sometimes you know, sometimes you don't, but it'll be after 8, I'm sure.
Along the lines of what to watch on television, coming up this weekend, we've got the basically semifinal games of the NFL playoffs, the conference championships. NFC is the Commanders and Eagles, 2 o'clock Sunday on Fox. And the AFC is the Bills and Chiefs, 5:30 Sunday on CBS. Who's our Super Bowl matchup?
I think the Commanders may win. I mean, they just seem to be living a charmed life right now. I'm going to pick Washington.
Jaden Daniels
to win the NFC. And
Dan Quinn with his hat on backwards.
Yeah,
let's go.
I'm going to go with Kansas City. You got to go with Kansas City until somebody beats them.
I know a lot of Eagles fans. Did I send you all that clip of the Eagles? Was it the Eagles mayor?
Yeah, the Philadelphia mayor spelled it like
we don't have that, do we?
E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah.
It's bad. It was brutal. I mean, it really was.
Old McDonald had a farm.
That was bad.
We are on the farm today, the crazy farm. 8:17. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, have you ever had oat milk?
No.
Do you like squeeze milk out of an
Or
oat?
is it just milk over oats?
Yeah, that's what happens. How does that work?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
You say, well, that's a tough thing to say. Well, we live in a tough world.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, book,
Dad,
Ram,
it's
Facebook.
Oh.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace, or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Proud to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I mean, I have a keen perception of the obvious. Let me tell you, I notice things that other people don't notice, and I am curious about why this has happened. 877-377-6963. Jump the gun there.
I feel like I'm on another planet right now. What's today, Wednesday?
Yep.
Well, Hog's going to win tonight. We're going to have a good show tomorrow. It's going to be fun. I hope you'll be here for it.
Nelson, I'm planning to be. Nelson's on the line in Harrison. Nelson, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Nelson.
Good morning, fellas. It's, here we are again as Razorback fans, right? I mean, it seems like lately it's been, just more of the same. But
are you okay? You sound like you're calling from, underwater. Are you okay?
Well, I got a little bit of this weather's getting to me.
Yeah, okay. You're fighting.
I got a little bit of thing going on.
All right.
Yeah, playing hurt. But this is what I want to say, guys, is, I'm thankful that Boogie Fland come to Arkansas, and I'm thankful that this kid was given everything he had. And I hope that the narrative isn't that, he's holding out for whatever, because Chuck said it best, and I've heard this from other people. The kid was holding his hands tucked in so he wasn't in the handshake line. This kid ain't just playing around, and I hope people will think about, the feelings of this young man and the way that the things that he's done on the court for us this year. It hasn't exactly equaled wins, but, these kids come here to play. You don't know what they're going through day to day. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what kind of pain they're going through. Football, basketball, all of these athletes. So just let's be mindful of that with Boogie, because without this dude, we could be worse. So that's what I want to say about that, guys. And I just want to say one more thing here, and that is, we're 0-5 in conference. It ain't going. This season, Razorback fans have to realize we don't put in 1 ounce of blood, we don't put in 1 ounce of sweat on football, basketball, any of these sports. Those kids and those coaches are out there giving everything they've got, and losing ain't fun. Calipari said that on his show. He said, I'm dying. It's like, guys, this ain't what they want to be doing, but they're trying to keep going, and it's hard to pick your head up. And the thing about Eddie, guys, and what he was talking about with blowing the whistle, he wasn't talking about you guys not letting him blow the whistle. What he's saying is, give me a reason to blow the whistle. This program give me a reason to blow the whistle, guys. If you're out there, you're calling the Hogs, and you can't even get a squeal out of one of them, you're wondering if they're dead. So, thanks, guys.
We've hit another level on the show where Nelson is calling in and interpreting Eddie's call for us.
That's right.
Let's not miss this moment. Yeah, don't miss this moment. Don't miss it. That's a big moment. Thank you, Nelson. 877-377-6963. Some of the people that text the show, I'm just going to have to mute them. When you literally text subconscious thoughts and you're at 40 texts in a 24-hour period. Again, I would ask you, say it out loud. I'm texting subconscious thoughts to the Chuck and Bo Show incessantly. Look at yourself in the mirror. Turn on a Tony Robbins podcast or something, and then evaluate what's going on here.
Delusional.
It's like you're in a fight with your girlfriend or your wife or your significant other, and it's like, I'm gonna get that last text in. I'm gonna send the text that's gonna end the discussion.
Always win.
It's gonna be the most profound text in the history of texts. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be so overwhelmed she's not even gonna respond. That never really works out that way.
And it all started.
And you always lose.
It all started with why the toilet paper roll is this way.
Exactly. You always say you don't know where to go, where you want to go eat.
Oh my God!
I always pick where we're going.
Oh, is that a thing? Oh my gosh, is it ever?
Started a lot of.
Oh my gosh! Can you finally pick dinner tonight?
Really?
What do you want to have?
Just
for dinner?
like everything else.
What do you
never
have?
know what to do. Or maybe it's just in our house. I don't know.
Chuck's like purging today.
Channeling.
He's getting it out. This is a day for all of us to just share. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Just share.
God almighty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hey, listen, if you're struggling to breathe,
I'm going to be quiet.
if you can't sleep at night, if you've got sleep apnea and you know it, and you don't want to wear the CPAP machine because it's uncomfortable, you just don't like it, it could lead to severe health problems like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, stroke, even death. It can raise the risk on that for you. And then just throughout the day, you don't feel very good. That can all change if you go to Precedent.com, the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine, and look at other options because they do exist. Dr. Scotty Bolding provides proven surgical alternatives to improve your airway and help you breathe better, sleep better, breathe better, not just at night, breathe better all day. The Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine, Precedent.com. Log on to their website and ask for a consult or call 479-755-3000. The website, Precedent.com. 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 Breathe better, Arkansas. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
It's going to be a tough slog from now till the end of time.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
I want to make a couple of points here because I have the floor.
All of it. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know? Or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download
Download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Proud to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Bart, I marvel at your wisdom.
Okay.
I don't know how to do this, but because you're so much smarter than me, I'm sure you do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What is it, Chuck?
I don't know. What do you got?
Well, it's just, I'm taking on a new exercise. Instead of texting the show, I put it in my notes.
Oh, okay.
On my phone.
You put your thoughts in
all
after each segment.
All the anger issues and all the things.
Just write it down.
All the things I want to say. I just put it. That way I get it out of my head and into my phone.
Well, see, that's the modern equivalent of when I was a kid and you'd be mad at someone. Your mom or dad would say, well, write it down. Write them a letter.
Go for a walk.
Then throw it away.
Go for a walk out in the woods.
Yeah.
Did you ever go for a walk in the woods just to clear your mind?
No.
Did you fire your rifle?
No.
Did you shoot whiskey?
No. I mean, I'm not saying I've not done those things. I'm just saying I don't do them as stress relievers. That's what I'm saying.
Do you do yoga?
No, I have never done yoga, but I have, I've thought about what it might be like.
You go live to the Situation Room.
There we go.
How is
the instructor?
How's yoga, Bart? How's yoga in 20? How's yoga in 2025?
It's great.
What are the new developments on the yoga front?
By the way,
are there new developments for 2025?
I think it's kind of been the same practice
really?
for 1,000 years.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure how appropriate this is, but
no. Then no.
Do it, man. Ask it.
No.
I wanted to let you know that you don't have to go to yoga class to see people in yoga pants. I know if you were aware of that development.
I thought that was going to be a much more controversial statement than that.
I stand by saying no.
what was that like when you go get Thai food? It's like on a level of 1 to 5. How spicy would you like it? Where was mine? Was that like a 2 for you?
Yeah,
was that like a 2?
It's like, it's not.
It's pretty bland.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, spicy or anything like that. Edward knows.
So Nelson's gonna interpret Eddie's calls, and Edward's gonna interpret your. Whatever. Yeah. 877-377-6963.
I want to hear you talk about Kentucky and Ohio State fans.
Oh, they're the same. Okay, after the game.
Here we go.
I'm on the field. You know, we're getting all our stuff, trying to get out of there, and you know, you're there for an hour and a half after the game, and these Ohio State fans are still in the stands, and all the confetti that they've shot out of those cannons is everywhere. Piles of it on the field, and Ohio State fans are like circling the stadium, and they're begging security guards and anybody they can find for piles of confetti. Like, here's my hat. Will you fill it with confetti? Here's my purse. Will you fill it with confetti? Is that reasonable or
they're going to
unreasonable?
go home and put it in a plastic case? That's the confetti from the national championship game right there.
I'm like, are you sure that wasn't from Party Supply
Well-
Store? Like up the street.
It was handed to me by some guy.
Like a security guard.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how it. Well, they're nuts. I mean, they're nuts.
Well, look, I did have this feeling having been to Kentucky basketball games and then seeing – I've been at, 3 Ohio State games in the playoff, I guess, 3 of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've seen these fans, and, like, it's their life. It's their life.
They're like Kentucky basketball.
It's their life.
They are.
I mean, that's it. You know.
Their entire happiness is tied
Yes.
up in the success of their
I mean,
team.
it feels like that
Yeah.
for many of them. Phillips in Bentonville, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bo. Bo, did you know, and I haven't heard anything until and then I was watching, did you know that the gymnast coach was on the reality show Special Forces this year?
I saw that. I didn't see the show, but I did see that news that Jordan Weber was is it a contestant? Not a contestant. I don't know. Is that what you would call it? Because it's a challenge.
It's on right now. Like it's showing right. I mean, it's showing now. Like,
What's it on? I forget what it's on.
It's on Fox.
Okay.
It's one of the Fox shows. But like, I didn't hear anything about it. Like, it really was it publicized?
Well,
Like,
there was an announcement made, but I don't know. You know, that doesn't always get to everybody. You know,
So
depending
it
on where
seems
you
that-
get your
so that
news.
was- Yeah. So was that like during the off season?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, no, it's taped, and it was taped at a time, you know, where she was able to fit it into her schedule.
It's
And-
just now
and
airing.
it's
Most
just
of
now-
these things
yeah.
are taped like
Yeah.
many months in
Right,
advance.
right. You know, Chuck's
So-
turned
Yeah,
down
I-
a couple opportunities to be on the Special Forces show.
Yeah.
You know, get out there and go through training of Special Forces. Man, you know what? I'd pay a lot of money to see that. You would like basically.
Well, Bo,
it would be
hey,
over
Bo,
fast.
Bo, this may be
I
a
just wanna
perfect
go
hog
home.
pod for you.
Do what, Philip? One more time?
I said maybe this will be a perfect hog pod for Bo to
Yeah.
do with her.
Yeah. That'd be good. Sit down and talk to Jordan Weber about her experience. I like that idea. That's good. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Philip.
All right.
877-377-6963. Chuck's been wearing that Knicks hoodie for weeks now.
It's only the second time I've worn it. It's only the second time I've worn it. It really is. I wore it the other day for the very first time, and I wore it again today.
I mean,
for the second time.
I think when you get a hoodie you like, you wear it out
It's
like
warm.
a new song.
It's warm. I've worn it twice, though, just so we're clear. I don't wear it every day, just twice.
Jeez. I sound like a fan.
No.
You're washed up. You're cooked.
I know you like it.
You wear the
I
hoodie
know
all
you
the
covet
time.
it. I know you covet it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It pops.
Well, it's warm.
does.
It's warm. That's really the only thing that matters right now is it's warm. This studio was really warm earlier. Now it's cold.
Well,
because you started griping about how hot it was,
run
and so
hot.
Edward and Bart had to run over there to the thermostat. Oh, Bo's hot. We gotta turn it down. Now it's cold in here.
The truth is, I went back and did it myself.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm like, nobody here is going to give me what I want when it comes to temperature in here. I'm going to
Oh,
do it
I
myself.
don't know. I saw Bart go in there.
It's National Polka Dot Day. Who do you think of?
Nolan Richardson. That's who I think of.
So, like, some people don't remember that.
Wore polka dots every
Were
game
they,
at Tulsa.
Were they blue?
I don't know. I don't know.
Were they blue at Arkansas?
I think they were a variety of colors. I don't think he wore the polka dots so much at Arkansas. But at Tulsa, he wore them every game.
It's also National Hot Sauce Day. What's your preferred hot sauce of choice?
Cholula. No contest. Next question.
Matters to you? Like if they say Tabasco, is that like Diet Pepsi instead of a Diet Coke?
Yes.
Wow.
Edward?
Louisiana hot sauce for seafood, or if you're having Cajun food or gumbo or something.
Wow.
Overall,
it
Cholula.
matters that
It
the hot
doesn't.
sauce with whether it's seafood or something else.
Yeah, it
like
does.
you want Louisiana hot sauce with seafood.
Yes,
but then
because
you want Cholula with chicken.
I want Cholula with. I'll do Cholula with everything, but if I
Chuck's,
got some
Chuck's
Louisiana
bored.
hot
Let's
sauce-
go to the next thing.
No, I'm not bored. I'm just trying to figure out,
Sriracha.
exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I'm good with a little Tabasco.
I don't care.
That's kind of how I am. I didn't even know there were competing products. Just to be real honest.
Hot
with
sauce. Give me some hot sauce.
Yeah.
Sriracha.
It's also my day today, or it will be one day soon. National Grandpa Day.
Paw. We're going to start
What do
calling
you think?
Bo Paw.
Bobo is what was on the table.
Is it going to be Bobo?
Well, I don't know. Like, do I get to choose? Like, do you brainwash the...
I think eventually the child decides.
Well, I think
I vote Paw Paw.
kids are brainwashed at a young age on what
I-
they're
I-
going to call
I
their
agree.
grandparents.
But I think it can change.
What?
Peepaw.
Oh God, no.
I am
The Chuck and Peepaw show.
I think it's Paw Paw. I think Paw Paw is the natural choice.
How will Bobo age? Like, when I'm Chuck's age, for example, what would it be like? And then
I think it changes to
when I'm
Grandpa
in
at
my
some point.
70s.
I think it changes to Grandpa.
No, like my
funny,
80-year-old Bobo. There's Bobo with his walker again.
Just for the record, I'm not 80.
Who's going to pick up Bobo? Time to go see Bobo.
Sounds like a monkey.
Actually,
Yeah, I was going to say.
Sounds like a trained monkey.
You're talking me into this now.
Perhaps
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, and then what are we going to do with the family pet names? We've used that one up. Also, it's no name calling week, so I'd like to apologize
Yeah, I
for
blew that one
the
earlier.
idiots and morons that I
I
referred
blew that
to.
one earlier.
Yeah, that one didn't go so well.
I stand by it though. That guy is an idiot.
It's Caitlin Clark's birthday. Did you mention that?
No, she's 23.
She was hanging out with Taylor Swift at that football game
I
Sunday.
saw that.
Yeah.
Golly,
Guy Fieri, 57.
good for her.
Is his show still on?
Oh yeah, Diners,
All right,
Diners
he's doing
Drive-In.
all
and-
sorts of
Yeah.
stuff.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is he
he's
all
not-
over now?
He's not just a show. He's a whole brand now.
Well, he is. I mean, he's got his own brand of restaurants.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Cruise line restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cruise line.
Yeah,
They got
all
one
sorts
in
of
the
stuff.
Cancun airport.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
You guys get around so
Vegas?
much more than I do.
Right.
I was
You're
not aware
traveling.
of all that.
You're traveling twice a week, every other week.
Yeah, but you guys go to better places, evidently.
Well, I don't-
I
What
didn't
town
have
are you
any,
most looking forward to going to on the basketball schedule?
Oh gosh, I didn't even look that far ahead.
Yeah.
They're all the
what's
same
next?
to
What's
me.
the next road trip after this week?
Kentucky.
Oh, is that right? Are we that
Kentucky's
close?
the next. Yeah, because
Oh,
there's no
my.
midweek game next week.
Oh my!
There's a game
I'll give
tonight,
you $100
Saturday.
if you wear a blue jacket to call the game.
$100?
$100.
I don't know. This is like one of those flight deals. When you're willing to give up your seat.
Right, yeah.
You're gonna have to go a little
Like
higher.
Jeff Long
than that,
was
but,
yesterday.
Who knows? I do know this. If you're buying or selling a home, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company is the name you need to remember. Bo can tell you.
Absolutely.
Response time, attention to detail, attention to your needs. That's a big part of what they do. It's why they've been around since 1978 at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Now, they do business all over the area. You see their yellow signs all over town. You're dealing with trained real estate professionals. This is not a side gig. This is not something they're paying for summer vacation with. This is what they do every day. And so when you talk to them about an issue, they're going to be well-versed. But they also care, and that's the most important thing. And you're going to find when you partner with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, whether you're buying or selling, you've got an ally on your side of the table. That was my experience. I think it's been your experience.
I don't care.
Lots of people's experience.
If you're buying a $150,000 home or a $1.5 million home, you will not know the difference on how you're treated.
That's right. That's exactly right.
The most comforting thing is they know all the things that you don't, and they have worked to become the expert at it. And there's a comfort in having somebody like that, like an agent or an attorney on your side when you're in some sort of, negotiation.
Just turn it over to them.
Just turn it over to them and watch them work. All right, it is 8:46. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Wednesday. The Hogs play tonight. Back in a minute. Glad you're here. Good morning.
Bo, if I was as good a husband as you were a man on the radio, my wife would bow to me every day. You guys are top notch.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat-N-Om Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat-N-Om Edge.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Most qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
We want to make sure that you can read some ludicrous lyrics on his 47th birthday today.
I can do that one. Roll out, roll out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermals, socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater, portable propane heaters, and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Did you eat the whole thing during the break?
No, I had like 3 bites, but
Yeah.
I'll get back to it.
Well, I mean, look, if you're going to be a seasoned, experienced radio man, you have to learn how to eat a meal, a full meal, inside 2 and 3 minute breaks.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you missed it last night, Dan Hurley told that referee that not only should he turn back and, look at him face to face, but that he's the best coach in the history of the sport. He said it in a little more colorful way than that.
He said, "I'm the bleeping." Yeah.
He said, "I'm the best coach in the blanking
coach.
sport."
Yeah.
To the referee, said, "Don't turn your back on me. I'm the best coach in the blanking sport."
There's some real insight into how he
Wow.
thinks right there.
It's a miracle he didn't get run for that.
Well, I mean, look, this
Like,
guy. Okay,
he should have.
He's jumped the shark, man. I am
he
over
should've gotten
Danny
run
Hurley.
for that. You can't say that to a ref.
Why not? Well, he's just stating. He's spitting facts. It's his opinion of himself.
Yeah, but the don't turn your back on me.
Sorry, those are two different things. Not necessarily facts. He's just telling the official his opinion of himself. Look, I think very highly of
In
myself.
the whole sport.
You should not turn your back on me. You should hear how much I think of myself. I think we should all try that today. When somebody turns their back on you, hey, don't turn your back on me. I'm awesome.
That's right. The best
In fact,
ever.
I'm the greatest dude of all time.
Of all dudes, I'm the best.
Of all the dudes.
I'm the best
I'm
of
the
the
dude.
dudes.
Like, how can you turn your back on me? Like,
I hope they lose every game.
There's
I do. I hope they lose every game.
There is some real insight to how Dan Hurley thinks of himself. Also, the word unhinged comes to mind.
He is unhinged.
What happened to Dan Hurley?
He won 2 national championships.
And lost his mind.
Well, I'm sure when
This is a case study of what success can do to
he's
our
won 2
ego.
national championships at a basketball school. I'm sure he's the king of the hill and then some. And yeah, it's gone to his head. I think he was probably a nut job to begin with, which helps. If you're looking for someone to just go totally nuts on you, I thought Bobby was this way. I mean, when Bobby played at Duke, he was. I don't know. He's jumped the shark, man. He's gone. I'll never root for him again.
That is he's got a different kind of mentality. And by the way, it's not going very well, right? Aren't they?
They're struggling this year.
Yeah.
To their standards.
Well, yeah.
I think they just lost to Butler the other day, and Butler is.
I mean, it can
no,
happen.
they beat
I don't know that the
anybody.
best coach in the blanking sport would have lost to Butler.
I
I don't know. That's just me. Well, all right, whatever. But they're not undefeated. Let's just put it that
they're
way.
They're 14-5. They're still plenty good.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad, but I don't know about they're the best in the game.
Say it like you would say it if it was you, Chuck.
What's that?
About like a radio host. Like if I turned my back.
Hey, don't
on
turn
you.
your back on me, man. The best that ever lived.
I may be short, but I'm the best short host there is. Chuck and Bo Show.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results